This is Hannibal here from the HannibalTV.com with a daily wrestling news update. I did do an interview earlier with MMA fighter Crystal Bear Lawson earlier tonight. She had some good ghost stories, as well as talking about her favorite bloody fights and her fighting career, which was pretty extensive. And at the same time, Jack Kilby did the Great North Wrestling podcast with Ted Hart, which I haven't seen it yet, but I will take a look. But he said it was better than the first interview he did with Ted. But speaking of the Harts, Bret Hart apparently has a pro wrestling company, which, yes, I guess according to reports from people I know in Calgary, he owns this company that ran in Calgary last night with Brian Pillman Jr., Dynamite Kid's nephews, Harry Smith, Nick Aldis, Chris Masters, and others, and they ran the Victoria Pavilion in front of somewhere around 400 fans. And you wonder why the crowd looks so sparse. He's too busy talking about Goldberg kicking him in the head over 20 years ago in interviews and promoting his own company. He's apparently that building costs huge amount to run. So, I mean, he is a multimillionaire that needs tax write-offs, so maybe he doesn't care. But you would think that it would have drawn a bit better. But then again, Nick Aldis was in the main event, so maybe not. But to get into the news, everyone keeps saying it's smart to not have The Rock's daughter, Simone Johnson, play off of being the daughter of the biggest movie star in the world. But Jimmy Uso, who is related to The Rock, has said that he would like to see her on the main roster with the Bloodline. So it's like everyone's acknowledging that she is The Rock's daughter. She looks like The Rock's daughter. She got cheered when she took the mask off in her debut because everyone knows she's The Rock's daughter. But on TV, they're going to pretend she's not The Rock's daughter. But her own mother or her own grandmother, who I've interviewed, the grandmother, The Rock's mother, tweeted out so proud of her and all this. So it's like, it's not the 80s or even the 90s where you could hide and only have like a legend among fans that, yes, this girl is related to The Rock. Everybody knows it's The Rock's daughter. So why give her the name Ava Raine and pretend it's not if people in the WWE, like this Jimmy Uso guy, are going to say that it's The Rock's daughter? But yeah, I agree with them. Their bloodline thing, I've seen a bunch of their in-ring promos lately because they've involved Logan Paul. And my God, they're boring and they're repetitive. They all seem the same. It's Sami Zayn droning on and on and on, and it's so boring. I'm so sick of like wrestlers just standing around in the ring doing in-ring promos. I've never found that entertaining. And like I don't remember in the old WWF days or the old NWA days ever just every episode everybody let's just stand in the ring and talk back and forth. To me that's just like nails on a chalkboard, and there's too much, and it seems like every week it's that with the bloodline. At least that's what I'm seeing when I'm searching stuff up on YouTube. Apparently, the Great Muta is going to wrestle Shinsuke Nakamura for Pro Wrestling Noah in Japan on January 1st. Logan Paul's brother, Jake Paul, who defeated Anderson Silva last night in boxing, is now wanting to fight Nate Diaz in boxing. And Jake Paul is also being sued for $100 million by Eddie Hearn or something, who is a guy that owns Matchroom Boxing, because I guess Jake Paul alleged publicly that they put on fake boxing fights, and they're saying that has caused $100 million worth of damage. So yeah, when you're a big big star with which Jake Paul probably made over $20 million for his fight last night. You got to watch what you say. Jay-Z, thank you for that. By the way, Piper did appear in my interview with Crystal Lawson tonight, but she's sleeping beside me right now, so I don't want to wake her up. Frederick likes the video of me kicking the shit out of Terry Funk. I'll tell you a secret about that, Frederick. Terry Funk is crazy enough, and he actually told me to do that to break kayfabe since it doesn't even matter anymore, since I'm no longer wrestling. He liked what I did so much, he actually sent that tape to Japan. But for whatever reason, the people in Japan were always afraid to watch me or to have me beat up their guys. I don't know if it was because my grandparents both fought against Japan or what, but they were always afraid of me, the Japanese wrestlers. Vance Nevada is going to be on the Great North Wrestling Podcast next week to promote his book, Uncontrolled Chaos, No Gimmicks Guy Says. Well, Great North Wrestling does have a section in that Uncontrolled Chaos book, and I'm in there too. Jay-Z, you're right. Smash the like. And I am retired. And before I forget, I'll give this guy a shout out. I don't want to forget. Mike Clark purchased the Great North Wrestling heavyweight title and my boots. So I would like to publicly say that. Appreciate it. And for everyone that likes to get on me because I'm selling my wrestling memorabilia, it's because I have no use for it. I live in an apartment. It's all in storage boxes. And when I opened my storage locker downstairs, literally the last time everything fell out on me. I need to get rid of stuff. I'm going to get rid of more cards, more figures as time goes on. It's just the way it is. I'm not a collector. And as far as I'm concerned, Jack Kilby can take over Great North Wrestling. I'll still be involved with recording the events and airing the events, but I have no interest really in wrestling anymore other than doing interviews and reporting on news because I am still interested in the business. And for the people that like to say, oh, Hannibal, you must be poor, you're selling your stuff. Well, I'm glad you take pleasure in the thought of me needing money. You're definitely going to get good karma for that. And speaking of someone that is on hard times financially now, he does have a GoFundMe. It's Bob Cook. And he legitimately had a lot of his house in Florida destroyed through the recent hurricane. So sorry about that, Bob. And he's always been a friend to this channel and a nice guy when I met him in person. So look him up on GoFundMe if you want to help him out. And thank you for all the support. Hope you all have a good weekend. And guess what? It's going to be Halloween tomorrow. Great day. My favorite holiday. So happy Halloween. I wonder, maybe I should leave my windows open again tonight. Maybe some interesting stuff will happen like what happened last time. Because like in I guess another less than 2 hours it's going to be Halloween. There's supposed to be more chances of supernatural activity. And last time, as I talked about a few weeks ago, I opened both of my screen doors to let cold air in at night. I had like very, very weird dreams. And in one of the dreams, it said that the weird dreams were coming from the forest outside. So shut the windows. And I did, and they stopped. So I found that weird and cool at the same time. Good morning to you. But to be here, it's 10:11 p.m. So I know we got a lot of international fans. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, whatever the hell it is to you. Have a good one.
Thank you for watching the Hannibal TV. Please like this video if you enjoyed it and click the subscribe button to not miss any of our latest shoot interviews, match videos, or news